It's pretty wild when you stop and think about it. Our entire digital world, everything, your phone, the cloud, every single AI model out there, it all depends on just one company. A company with technology so complex, it seriously borders on science fiction. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on what might be the most important company you've probably never even heard of.
Okay, so let's just start with a quick question. If I asked you to name the one company, the single company that makes this whole AI revolution possible, we're talking everything from ChatGPT to self-driving cars, who pops into your head? You'd probably say NVIDIA, right? Or maybe Google?
Well, the answer, and this might surprise you, is none of them. Nope. The real linchpin, the absolute heart of the tech industry, isn't even a chip maker. It's the only company on the entire planet that can build the insanely complex machines that actually make the chips.
So, what is this magic they're doing? Well, the core technology is called lithography. And the easiest way to think about it is like a super advanced projector. But instead of projecting a movie, it's taking these incredibly complex circuit designs, shrinking them down to a microscopic scale, and then printing them onto a silicon wafer with just unbelievable precision. We're talking nanometers here. This is literally the first step, the foundation for every single modern microchip.
And the one company that has an absolute total monopoly on the most advanced version of this tech, that's ASML. They are, and I mean this quite literally, the gatekeepers for the entire future of computing.
So, just how dominant are they? Like, really? To get a feel for that, we've got to look at their 2025 scorecard. And just a heads up, the numbers we're about to see are, well, they're pretty staggering.
All right, check this out. In 2025 alone, ASML's net sales hit 32.7 billion euros. And you have to remember, this isn't a company selling millions of apps or phones. They sell a handful, a few hundred of these incredibly expensive machines every year.
But here's where it gets truly wild. Their profitability. Of that massive revenue number, they kept 9.6 billion euros as pure profit. That is it's not just big, it's an absurdly efficient money-making machine.
And look, 2025 wasn't just some lucky year. This chart right here showing the last 5 years tells the whole story. It's just a relentless climb. They've nearly doubled their sales from 18 billion euros back in 2021. This is what it looks like when a company is in the perfect spot at the start of a massive tech revolution.
So what is the secret sauce here? How does one single company manage to create something so valuable? Well, it all boils down to an absolute mastery of light. Specifically, two very different kinds of ultraviolet light.
Okay, so on one hand, you've got DUV, which stands for deep ultraviolet. You can think of this as the industry's reliable workhorse. It's been powering things for years. But the real game changer, the thing that's truly next level, is EUV, extreme ultraviolet. This is the absolute bleeding edge. To create and control EUV light, the machine literally has to create a tiny contained plasma explosion, basically a tiny star, over and over again, thousands of times a second. It is the only way to print circuits small enough for the next wave of AI chips.
And you can actually see the whole market shifting in real time right here. In 2024, EUV made up 38% of their tech sales. Okay, fast forward just 1 year later and boom, it jumps to 48%. This isn't some slow, gradual change. This is a stampede. Everybody is rushing towards ASML's most advanced and, you guessed it, most profitable technology.
So what's driving this huge pivot to EUV? What's behind all this? It's one thing, really. A single powerful force that is completely reshaping the entire tech landscape. And that, of course, is artificial intelligence.
Listen to this. ASML themselves are pointing out that the semiconductor industry is on track to blow past $1 trillion in revenue by 2030. $1 trillion. That's not just growth, people. That's an explosion. And what's the engine driving that explosion? It's the world's absolutely insatiable demand for more and more powerful AI. You see, AI models need chips with billions and billions of transistors crammed into these tiny little spaces, and there's only one way to make those chips, with EUV lithography.
And here's the proof, right in their own numbers. In 2025, a full 70% of ASML's machine sales were for making logic chips. Now, we're not talking about simple memory chips here. We are talking about the complex brains of the whole operation, the super powerful GPUs and CPUs that are the very heart of this AI revolution.
So why does any of this matter to you?
Because this isn't just some abstract thing happening in a factory somewhere. The technology that ASML makes possible, it's in your pocket, it's in your car, it's in your home. It is the starting point for the AI that powers your phone's camera, the cloud servers that stream your movies and games, and even the supercomputers that are helping to cure diseases. It's everywhere.
Okay, so ASML is sitting right at the epicenter of this AI boom, and you better believe they have no plans of slowing down. So let's take a quick look at what their roadmap to 2030 looks like.
All right, so after hitting almost 33 billion euros in 2025, what's next? Well, their own forecast for 2026 is to grow even more, aiming for somewhere between 34 and 39 billion euros. The demand, it's just not stopping, it's accelerating.
And if you look even further out, their long-term vision gets even more ambitious. By 2030, they are targeting an annual revenue that could hit as high as 60 billion euros. Let that sink in. They are basically planning to double the size of their entire business in just the next 5 years. That's incredible.
So all of this really just leaves us with one massive question, doesn't it? When you are the one and only supplier for the AI-powered future, and the demand for that future is basically exponential, what are the real limits to your growth? I mean, are there any? It's definitely something to think about.